Good morning. Welcome back. It's Friday Coffee Talks. We are here July 1st for episode number 73. I am drinking today some lovely coffee given to me by a good friend. Last week's guest, Dennis DeLucas, was very kind and sent me a couple of bags from his favorite spot, Empire Coffee and Tea in Hoboken, New Jersey. This is their Hoboken blend. Today, I'm drinking the other bag he sent me, which is their Hangover blend. Pretty appropriate, given today's topic. Ooh, wow, that's very good. And it's I'm drinking an Americano with their Hangover blend, just for you, Dennis. So thanks for sending this to me. This is great. If you need good coffee, Dennis, he said he ships orders from them online all the time. EmpireCoffeeTea.com in Hoboken, New Jersey. This place is good. I'm going to have to give these ones a try as soon as I get through the other bag. But this one's excellent. Hangover blend. Excellent. Speaking of hangovers, just got back from a couple days in Vegas this week for HPE's Discover conference. As usual, it's one of those weeks in Vegas where from the moment that the wheels touched down on the runway to the moment that I fell asleep on the red-eye home, it was just a frenzied sprint of events and fun and all the things, just all the things. Runs the whole gamut. Vegas is one of those places, and for a lot of people, it's very divisive. Either you really love Vegas or you really don't like Vegas. My wife and I happen to be at both ends of that spectrum. So she's not a big drinker, doesn't like to gamble. When we go to Vegas, she's seeing a show, she's hanging by the pool. That's about the extent of what she enjoys in Vegas. For me, I enjoy everything about Vegas. It's all good to me. In fact, I think it started when I was young. I think since I was like 10 years old, my parents had told me for my 21st birthday, I get a trip to Vegas. They're taking me out there. I can bring a friend. And I just so happened to bring Mandy, who was my girlfriend at the time, and her twin sister, Katie. And we went on the most epic 21st birthday trip ever. It was so fun. And it's something, again, because I'd grown up so long for them telling me like, hey, it's coming, it's coming. It was a trip I'd anticipated for so long. And it just, like, everything worked out perfectly. I sat down, like, as we were checking into the hotel, I sat down at a table and played some poker. And I think on my, third hand, they handed me pocket aces and just a wad of cash. And that kept us going through the whole week. That kind of trend just kept up the whole time. And so we were going to see shows and doing all this stuff that we hadn't planned. And it was just such a fun experience. I've got a bunch of those stories. I've been to Vegas quite a bit. When you are in sales like me, it seems like every conference is in Vegas. So I'm out there a lot. I was in my IBM career, I was a speaker at IBM's Edge conference a few years ago. And I was at the Venetian. So they put us up in a wonderful room as a speaker. Mandy came out with me. We actually went down a few days early. We rented a Mercedes convertible and drove out to the Hoover Dam and hiked the trail there. I just had a blast. And then we went to the conference and had my speaking slot. I think it was like the first day. So I had the rest of the week free. Then my parents showed up. It happened to be my birthday that week too, funny enough. So my parents showed up to surprise me, and my aunt and uncle came in from LA to surprise me. And we just had the most fun week in Vegas, eating, playing games, having some good drinks, the whole 9 yards. It's all so fun to me. And I think that's the fun part about Vegas is it's really just, it's a Disney World for adults. Not that Disney World can't be for adults, but it's, I enjoy gambling. I enjoy sitting down and playing card games that I like. I'm, not going to go wild and lose my mortgage payments and stuff like that, but I can sit down and I can put some money down and play a game that I like for a few hours. I really, really enjoy that. Playing craps. We played so much craps this week. And I think that kind of speaks to this week in Vegas was it. Honestly, I think it was one of the best that I've ever had. Like I said, I've been out there a lot. I've spent a lot of time in the sickly sweet fragranced air of Las Vegas casinos. And I've been around to most of the ones on the Strip, but we were at the Venetian again this time. That's where the event was. Let me also just pause real quick and say to my friends at HPE, what a wonderful event. You guys do a really good job. I've been to, multiple places, multiple events there at the Venetian, and this one was very well done. It was a classic time. The teams were there. Everybody was great. So thank you so much to HPE for a super fun week in Vegas. But I think back to my week, it was just fun. We were out there with some really, really fun customers with our friends at TSA. We did a driving experience with them. So we took them out to this place called Speed Vegas, and they had all these cars, these supercars that you could choose from. So Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Aston Martins and Mercedes and just all this crazy stuff. So getting to see people be lit up and excited to hop into these cars that you just kind of dream about and go put them at 120 miles an hour on a track was crazy. Seeing Wes cling to the fetal position during his test tracks was one of those things that I just won't forget. And then the icing on the cake was they had a police Hellcat out there at this track and a pro drift driver. And so I got to get in the back seat and go ride 2 laps around a track with a pro drift driver. Was unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. Like, you watch him from the deck and the car's whipping around these turns and he's sideways and he's burning through tires, and it was cool. And then you get in the car and you realize that he's doing all that at like 85 miles an hour. And it was just crazy. So super fun experience there. And then, in the evenings we would go and we'd have these great meals. We'd talk some business. We'd talk some shop for a bit, and then we'd go and hit the tables, and we were playing craps. And the one night, it was like we had an entire craps table to ourselves, essentially, and everybody's cheering and high-fiving and drinking Frozies from Frat Tuesdays, and goodness, it was just a fun week. So I'm very grateful to have gotten to go and spend some time out there this week. I didn't sleep very much, so this coffee is definitely helping. It's one of those places I feel like I'm going to take advantage of the time change, and I'm going to get some good rest, and then it's easy to get caught up, and I think I left having had like 4 or 5 hours of sleep the whole week. So one of those things, but anyways, next time you're in Vegas, give me a call. I'd be glad to go out there, and I can't wait for my college friends. We're going to see the F1 race when they come out there. So Blaine, get your guest bed ready, buddy. I'm coming out. It's going to be a blast. To all of you, thanks for tuning in. Next week is either going to be the AMA or I potentially have another idea. So I'm looking forward to that. The AMA is coming. I have a couple of questions in. I'm hoping to get a couple more. So if you've got anything you want to ask me, let me know. But I've already started looking into some of those things that I've been asked about. And then really, really cool. I'm not gonna tell you about it just yet, but I do have something coming that I've started working on. And I will just tell you the title. It's going to be called The Great Coffee Showdown. So stay tuned for more of that. I'll let you know what I'm talking about here in a couple weeks. So anyways, thanks for joining me. Enjoy some coffee. Thanks to Dennis for the Empire Coffee Hangover Blend. I'm going to go kill this cup, probably have a couple more, and I'll catch you guys next week.